All right, welcome back to Sidewalks, still at SuperCon here in San Jose, California. Right now, the guy standing next to me is the ageless Wil Wheaton, best known for, of course, as Wesley Crusher on Star Trek: The Next Generation. How are you doing?
I'm having a really nice time. How are you?
I'm okay. Hey, you go to a lot of conventions and everything. I mean, what's it like when the people come up to you and, want to ask you questions?
The thing about cons that's so awesome is, like, as a lifelong geek, I really looked forward to going to cons when I was a kid because it was sort of a safe place where I didn't have to worry about cool kids making fun of me. I could dress up in a costume if I wanted to, and I could meet the people that created the comic books and the TV series that I really enjoyed. And it's really fun for me and really rewarding for me to be able to give back to that community that I took so much from and inspired me and was so important to me when I was a kid. So it's a really good time. I'm really happy to be here. It's really wonderful to see so many families coming out, and I'm meeting people that are about my age and they've got their own kids, and they show the kids, oh, this is the guy mommy had a crush on when she was a teenager. It's pretty awesome.
I mean, of course, everybody knows you from Star Trek: The Next Generation. I mean, looking back now, it's been over 20 years when the show premiered. How do you feel about it? I mean, is it still amazing in the iconic nature of that series?
Yeah, I'm really proud of it. Star Trek is something that is bigger than any one person, and it's bigger than any one show, and it's bigger than any one episode. So to be part of something that is, maybe even a load-bearing pillar in the universe of geekdom, it's an immense honor. It's a pretty big responsibility, and it's such an enormous part of my life that it's kind of hard to filter it out and wonder, well, what would things be like without that?
When you left the show, I mean, did you want to filter out the Star Trek and try to move on from that?
Well, when I left the show, I figured that my role would be reduced to a recurring role, and that I would then be able to go do some movies, and I would be able to go to school, and I'd be able to do some other things with myself. And I was 18 when I left the show, and it was like the day I left, the day that I finally washed Wesley's helmet hair off for the last time. It was almost like someone had released me from a cell, because I had been an actor my entire life, and I really felt that I needed to go do other things with myself, and I needed to kind of live a little bit, and I kind of needed to go out sort of on the road. And that's what I did for about 5 years. I went to drama school, and I went and worked for a technology company, and
you did New Tech, right?
And I worked for New Tech, yeah, and I worked on the Video Tester 4000, and saw that there's, as I suspected, there was much more to life than what we see, living in the insulated bubble of the entertainment industry.
Now, of course, you got to revisit your friends from Star Trek: Next Generation and Nemesis. What happened? You were in one scene smiling with the mom, Dr. Crusher, and your parts. Was there any lines?
There's a scene where Picard wants to know, how Wesley feels about being back in a Starfleet uniform, and Wesley's like, "It's awesome," and he's like, "Oh, there's a girl. I'm trying to get into her pants. I've got to go now." It was a nice scene, but my scene was the last scene to be added to the movie. So when the movie was running long, it was the first scene to be cut. And when I found out that it was going to be cut, I had a choice to make. I could have really taken it personally and been really disappointed about it, or just accepted that that's the way things are in the film business. And the bottom line for me was I had a wonderful time working on the show again with my friends. I was able to appreciate it in ways that were just not possible when I was a teenager. And whether or not I was in the final cut of the film had no impact on